President Biden will give his second State of the Union address in just a couple of hours. And tonight you can expect to hear the phrase, finish the job.
He's expected to talk about the country's economy, bouncing back from COVID-19. But there are national security concerns as well after a Chinese balloon flew across the U.S. before it was shot down. News 3's Danny Valle has more.
Faces for the first time, divided government. He really has to address a number of things.
Joe Biden is at the halfway point of his presidency, and the economy is booming. The lowest unemployment rate since 1969, according to the latest jobs report.
He believes that America's brightest days are still ahead.
And that's according to Olivia Dalton, the White House's principal deputy press secretary.
He's passed the most important gun safety legislation since Clinton, the most significant infrastructure law since FDR, the most significant climate legislation ever in history. So this is a president who's gotten big things done, and he's worked across the aisle to do it even when people said he couldn't.
Matt Lees, political science professor at Southeastern Illinois College, says solving the debt ceiling is also on Biden's list. That caps how much money the federal government can borrow through the Treasury. The debt ceiling was raised to $31.4 trillion last October.
We reached that debt ceiling last week, and he's going to try to use this speech tonight as a way of kind of framing the debate with the Republicans.
A responsible debt limit increase that begins to eliminate wasteful Washington spending and puts us on a path towards a balanced budget is not only the right place to start, it's the only place to start.
Talks of national security concerns reignited after a suspected Chinese spy balloon cut through the country before being shot down over the weekend. On Monday, the Department of Defense confirmed 3 such incidences happened during the Trump administration, and Congressman Mike Bost says they'll learn more in a briefing soon.
Remember, it wasn't the Department of Defense or the administration that broke the news that this was happening. It happened because U.S. citizens looked up and saw this thing moving across the sky.
Lees compared the balloon to Sputnik, the 1957 Soviet satellite that sparked the space race. 2023's Chinese balloon, a symbol of the superpower's growth.
This led a number of people to recognize one thing is clear, that China is our greatest rival on the world stage.
And Dalton says Biden can't afford to increase tensions with China.
That is an important relationship. It's one that we need to ensure stays in a place of competition and not conflict.
Danny Valle, News 3.